So there's a reason why there are conspiracy theories and why it's so prevalent to believe that there is an underlying plan to all of this crazy shit that's going on right now. But but it's Maya. It's ignorance, it's the game that is it's the reason. So those who are in power, their strings are being pulled by what? The thoughts in their heads. And the thoughts in their heads is Maya. So, yes. So, everything that basically mathematics has produced, which is the technology that's causing climate change and has brought about biological weapons and viruses that accompany the escaping of those from where they should be, and nuclear weapons and artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, nuclear weapons, the melting down of nuclear power plants as society collapses, or nuclear weapons, a full out nuclear war. All of these technologies are can possibly eradicate humanity and all life on Earth. So I'm just going to read this and then comment upon it. Where all of this is headed. In 1971, Richard Nixon took the monetary system, which is mathematics, right? The entire monetary system is all mathematics. We should have stuck to barter. We should have just stuck to barter. And at the most, gold and silver exchanging hands. That's as far as we should have went. But mathematics made us go the way that this is going. In 1971, Richard Nixon took the monetary system off the gold standard. And I want to point out this website. It's called WTF Happened in 1971. After you watch this video, go to WTF Happened in 1971 website and see. This is another fractal or holographic expression of humanity turning its awareness away from physicality. This is the digitization. First, it went from gold and silver. Well, I'll get into this. The base, at that point, the world economic system became a Ponzi scheme. Now, just keep it simple. That's why you'll see everything that's charted at that website goes awry as soon as this occurred, as soon as the monetary system was detached from the physical realm and nature's economy, if you will, nature's economics. That is an expression. All these charts shows how everything just went crazy wrong, the wrong way. The base of the system was no longer grounded in the physical realm. Gold and silver are 3D physical objects that are unchanging and universal. An ounce of gold will have the same volume for everyone, everywhere. In this system, the rate of growth is relative to the rate at which gold and silver is taken from the earth. It's all finite. Earth has limited resources, and in order to not run out of these resources, an economy needs to operate and expand in symbiosis with the economics of nature. This Ponzi scheme, that is the world fiat currency system, is reaching its capacity to sustain itself. The system has tried to be its own base for as long as it could through the creation of debt. Debt is the manifestation of the Ponzi scheme trying to be its own base. Debt is the result of the collapse of the Ponzi. So the entire fiat monetary system is collapsing simultaneously. The entire world will be thrust into either a deep depression or hyperinflation within the next 10 years. This is going to happen within the next 10 years. The entire thing will collapse. Unemployment will skyrocket, exacerbated by technology replacing most jobs currently done by humans. The governments of the world will roll out CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and house and feed all of the homeless middle class. So the elites are working towards owning everything. And the CBDCs will be programmed money, currency, that they will tell you how long it lasts, like how long you have to spend it before it is null and void. It doesn't hold its purchasing power anymore. They'll tell you where to use it, when to use it, how to use it. It's complete control of humanity by the governments and the central banks. Now, all of these people who are becoming unemployed because of the collapse of the monetary system and the economy and the robotization of these jobs, all of these people will stay in their government-owned homes. And what do you think they'll be doing? Because they're not working and they don't have any money to go cruise around and do things in the real world, in the physical world, not real, sorry, the physical world. They won't have money to do that. All they'll have money to do is eat and watch the screen at home. You know that this is what will happen. They will be watching the screen. So this is Maya's grand scheme, is to get all of humanity turning their attention away and being involved in the physical realm and having them sit on their ass and watch the screen. Because this is the transition, this is how consciousness moves into the next iteration of samsara, which is literally taking self to be the hardware and the software of the system. It requires, so that which manifests creation and operates it, breathes life into it, is awareness. It's your attention. So if the majority of human consciousness is paying more attention to the screen than they are to the physical realm, then that will be taken to be the new reality. That's how the switch occurs. This is the greatest, most elaborate, and audacious conspiracy plan carried out by Maya right in front of everyone, right? We've just normalized it and just accept it to be the way it is. We're blindly being led because we're brainwashed. We've been entranced by our own creation, and that feedback loop of just paying attention to our own creation has driven us mad and into deeper delusion. So here's the thing about non-conceptuality, is that if all of these people that are going to be unemployed and homeless and put up in a social program by the government, if these people flipped 180 degrees and dedicated all of their free time into non-conceptuality, basically meditation, instead of into the screen, humanity would awaken. So this is non-conceptuality, the movement. It's everyone, so many people will not be working, and they will have all of this free time to do things, but they won't have any money or any freedom to do the things that the ego wants them to do. So when non-conceptuality becomes a fully known within and accepted within human consciousness, the movement is like, this is actually auspicious, right? This is actually developing into a condition where spiritual growth and evolution can actually occur at an accelerated rate if only we would turn off the screen and sit in meditation while we have no jobs and basically no freedoms. We have the freedom to engage in spiritual practice, and that is what will liberate us from all of this Maya shit and all the suffering that's going to come along with it. Eventually, all of this is going to break down, and we will have hell on earth. When society breaks down and there's no more food getting to the grocery stores, humans in the cities will begin eating each other. This is not alarmism, this is just reason and foresight. So before we get to that state, if you're in a city and you haven't begun developing a plan to get out and become self-sufficient on a little plot of land somewhere way far away from all the other humans, or most of the other humans in the cities, it's too late for you. You need to engage in spiritual practice to realize that the nightmare that's coming isn't real. It's just a nightmare. So that is the way to finally escape the game. Non-conceptuality is the new method of investigation into reality, truth, and suffering. It's not really new, right? Meditation, Advaita Vedanta especially, has been around for a long time. But this is resurrecting it. This is bringing it back and bringing it to the forefront And it's showing, non-conceptuality is showing us the path out of suffering. That path happens to also include the destruction of everything that's false. The revelation of that which is false, which is mathematics and all of science. We should have went a different way than we did. But that way is still always available, and non-conceptuality is the direct path. The one-step path is the direct path to liberation.